Up right on the edge of his area, and Milan playing at 4-2-3-1 under Pioli. They won the Scudetto with that a couple of seasons ago. They then were dethroned by Napoli, and the Partenopei about to be taken down by one of these two sides. Mathematically still possible for Milan, but highly, highly improbable. They know that. Inter knows that. It's a matter of time, and Inter, they will be patient in the first few minutes of the game. It's all about the first quarter of an hour to set the tone. Milan still with the ball. Inter still haven't touched it down the right flank. And it's Yunus Musa there, but we'll get to the Inter lineup. It's Jan Sommer. What a season for the Swiss goalkeeper. Debut season, game number 31 for him. 3-5-2 for Simone Inzaghi. Cherbi, Pavard and Bastoni at the back. Darmian on the right side. Di Marco on the left. Mkhitaryan, Çalhanoğlu and Barella in the middle with Marcus Thuram and the captain Lautaro Martinez. Çalhanoğlu won it back. He's a former Milan player. He left, and he left one season too early, I should say. It was the season Milan won the title. He just crossed over to throw for Theo Hernandez in the attacking half left side. Referee has blown the whistle, not sure what for. We're in the third minute at 0-0. Either side with an attacking chance thus far. And Inter has to win. A draw won't do to win the Scudetto. So that 2-2 draw with Cagliari last week, Inter were winning that 2-1. Cagliari scoring late on with Nicolas Viola coming off the bench with Lapadula, former Milan striker, helping out his former club. It's Lapadula I'm talking about. He's since been back to Serie A with Benevento, down to Serie B with them, then heading over to Cagliari, teaming up with Claudio Ranieri as coach. And Cagliari getting a 2-2 draw once again. They've led against Juventus though on Friday. This is the final game of the round on match day 33. Milan still with the ball. Yassin Adli, silky skills to get through the first press out to the right wing. Pulisic playing on the left today, but he's very central alongside Leao. Very narrow build-up. And Adli's giving it away. Çalhanoğlu soaking it up. Now Martinez. He come into in transition. A simple ball through. Thuram's got at the edge of the box. No, Gabbia redeemed himself. And he's spooned that forward. Pulisic getting back. The former Chelsea man alongside Loftus-Cheek, another Chelsea man, and Fikayo Tomori. Apparently this is a revolutionary Milan lineup according to the coach. And there are a few key battles to watch out for. It is Rafa Leao against the Cherbi. And it's Çalhanoğlu on Adli and Di Marco Calabria. Down the right wing, Milan still with most of the ball. And Inter will be happy just to watch and wait. Milan probing now into the attacking third. Adli sticks his foot out, fouls Thuram as he wants to get going out of the defensive third. A foul for Inter. And Pioli up against Inzaghi this evening. It's a side which has scored 69 league points. Not bad for Milan, especially after last season. It was their title defence that I guess it's not as bad as Napoli's, is it? So Milan technically with the worst title defence in history. That was dating back to 1998. And they finished 11th the next season. They may have lost more games than they won that season, back with superstars as well, I might add. But getting back to the present day, Inter with the chance to win it here in the Milan derby. They have had one opportunity before, back in 2008, back when Kaká scored the party. Milan winning that 2-1, preventing Inter from winning it that game. They eventually did. Now Pavard brings it across the field, and there's a three-man block. It's Çalhanoğlu getting back to help out this centre defensive pairing. 6 minute 0-0, neither side with a shot. A chip around the corner from Bastoni. Pushing high with Di Marco. Should be good to lead Italy down the left flank. Being stern competition with Destiny Udogie, you'd think. No place in Spalletti's squads. Simone Inzaghi did play a couple of games for Italy alongside his brother Pippo, former Milan star. And he'll be I guess, congratulatory to his brother if he does get a Scudetto. Simone is a coach, but not going too well compared to Simone Inzaghi. People is a former coach of Milan back in the bounty years, about a decade ago. He's been with the Regina, and I will be watching, probably here in attendance, to be honest. Big news today in the Peninsula: Fabio Cannavaro, former Italy captain, World Cup winner, Ballon d'Or recipient, becoming the Serie A coach of Udinese. Before this game, there was the penultimate game of the round. It was Bologna winning away at the Stadio Olimpico against Roma. Huge win, 4th versus 5th. And here we are for second, hosting first, as Havar again with Barella pushing the back from Adli. I think Milan will approach this game knowing that a draw is enough to stave off the embarrassment. And Inter will just bide their time. They are quite patient as a side. They're still hurting from their Champions League exit against Atletico Madrid. Now some space down the left as Bastoni is pushed forward on the left. It's a long ball in. It's quite a good delivery, and Lautaro Martinez with the first shot in anger goes high over the bar, always rising. That's to the glee of the Rossoneri fans here at the San Siro. It's called the San Siro when it's a Milan home game. It's called the Giuseppe Meazza when it's an Inter home game, for those of you who might need some pub quiz info. And that was good from Inter. Quite fluid and swift. When they want to strike, they will. And Barella now picks it up in the middle of the pitch. He's brought, just caught there by Teo Hernandez. Barella holding his leg, his right shin. Now the players coming together, referee in the middle. It's Davide Calabria just going chest to chest with that's Hakan Çalhanoğlu. They want to bring some emotion into this, so they've got something to play for, Milan, because they're out of Europa League. Both sides out of the Coppa Italia, and still there's a lot of name calling, a lot of words being spoken there by Lautaro Martinez and Calabria. Yasin Adli involved, and the referee wants to call out a couple of the instigators. Çalhanoğlu, it's Mkhitaryan and Adli being called over here. Mkhitaryan with 2 goals and 7 assists. Yasin Adli getting his first Serie A goal this season. 2 assists for him as well. Former Bordeaux player, 23 years old. At the other end of his career compared to Mkhitaryan, who's 35. Would be his first Scudetto. Started his Serie A career with Roma. Came after Inter had won the title in 2021 as a reinforcement. And before that with Arsenal, with Dortmund, with Manchester United. So Inter with a free kick, a long way from home, and squaring up from Çalhanoğlu out towards, it's Bastoni again. He'll go for the delivery, and there's a good glancing header once more from about 17 yards, you'd say. It was ambitious, to say the least, in the 10th minute. And now Lautaro Martinez is showing that he's willing to get into spots where he can find a metre or two without a Milan defender breathing down his neck. From the goal kick from Mignon, he's going down the left flank, and Tomori through to Rafael. He's playing a central striking role this evening. Now they can get going. Down the right once more. Reinders out for Musa. Tries the cross. It's not bad, but it's knocked up high and away. And again, it is Bastoni with Acerbi and Pavard at the back looking strong. They've only conceded 17 times in this Serie A season. Milan have conceded 20 more goals. They are the second best team in the land, so that could surprise Inter. No one really expecting Milan to win. Self-belief, though, has to be there. And Pioli doesn't want to be that coach. Calabria doesn't want to be that captain. They want to be part of the side that go down in history. They will talk about this game, if Inter win it, and win the Scudetto for decades to come. Especially in this city. It's hard to shake off some of the ridicule at times between the fans. Elena Piola, that will be buzzing with Milan fans this evening in the Piola area. Milan's a fantastic city. Now down the right again from the home side, Rossoneri. Rangers, short passing with Adler. To the right, and Musa waits. Signing from Valencia, Arsenal under-18 player. Rangers once more, another new signing. There's so many in this Milan side. It is a regeneration for them. Giroud rumoured to be leaving for Los Angeles. Not chosen in the starting lineup. Again, Musa dishes it back for Adli. Has the diagonal option with Loftus-Cheek. Instead goes to the wing, and it's a hopeful cross. It goes across the face of goal and out for a throw from Yunus Musa, 21-year-old USA international. They call him the USMNT, men's national team. And so far, Andrea Colombo, the referee, has had to sort out a stoush between, I'd say about 15 players were involved in that. Adli and Mkhitaryan, the focus of that. Milan coming in after the loss to Roma. Took on Roma, who had 10 men for a lot of that game. Gabbia got a goal. Thunderous header. They drew 3-3 with Sassuolo before that. And Leao and Jovic and Okafor got the goals. They won a lot of games. You can check up and down the Flash Score app, actually. What both teams have been doing in their head-to-heads is, again, they fight down the left wing this time. And Milan with a lot of the ball, into having to sit back at 62% of the ball with Milan after just at the end of the 13th, 14th minute now. Good header by Acerbi. His first Scudetto in his career at 35 going on 36. Second year since leaving Lazio, formerly with Milan. Just not Calhanoglu, they're the two former Rossoneri players there. Slow build up by Inter now, who got a bit of the ball down the left flank. They've enjoyed going down there. They've got Damian on the right, but doesn't have the same attacking flair as a Di Marco and a Bastoni. They've got two really good deliverers of the ball into the middle. Extraordinary, actually. And we all saw what Di Marco did earlier in the season against Frosinone, whether it was a cross or a shot. It went in from about 45 yards. Some thinking it's a cross. And maybe of that persuasion. Now, Inter have won a throw high up. Gabbia throwing the ball away in disgust. So he's thrown it away so Theo Hernandez can throw it back in. So it's a Milan throw in their left back pocket. Inter setting up a zonal pressing. Opening 15 minutes has been cagey, you could say. It's well sorted out. Loftus-Cheek will make the run forward, and Musa is all alone on the right wing. Pioli must like him there, otherwise Pulisic would be there. And it comes, Loftus-Cheek, the shot is blocked as Reinders came in. Then don't know if that's a shot or a ball through from Theo Hernandez. He's on the edge of the penalty area. Got within 20 yards. I think it was a shot. It's gone across the face, past the right post. Head-to-heads column. Milan getting a 3-0 win over Lecce in their previous Serie A game to the 3-3 draw with Sassuolo. A good run of form for them. Pulisic, Giroud and Leao with those goals. Lecce down to 10. But there's two losses against Roma in the Europa League. Now Di Marco, the ball in. Come off the head of Calabria. Spun away about 30 yards. Pala will pick it back up. Right wing this time. Damian delivers for Barella. Shoulder to shoulder with Adli. He's done well. It's back in from Barella. Thuram now. And it was Damian doubling up into have a corner. Right side of the pitch. 16 minutes into the game. Into coming off that 2-2 draw with Cagliari. Goals in that match. Thuram and Calhanoglu. Muradov and Viola. for the Sardinians. But for now, it's Milan defending a corner in from the right side. Will it be Çalhanoğlu to deliver? Lautaro Martinez, Pavard, Bastoni, Thuram, and Acerbi all in there. Di Marco and Çalhanoğlu over at the right corner flag. Goes short, back for Di Marco. From 20 yards, chips it into the back post, and Milan takes it wonderfully well. And he'll go with the throw, an early one. Good pace shown, and Milan looking to break forward down the right, and fortunately for Rangers, he's had the ball plucked away. It's back with Acerbi now. Inter cautious in their approach to the halfway line. They won't have an issue winning this one by goal to nil. You can see the head-to-heads between these two sides. 5-1 last time, like Italian with a double, but here's a chance for Thuram. Into the box, into the left half space. He wants to take on the man. He gets around, then tries to square it up for Darmian and Martinez at the right post. And Thuram knows it was a glorious opportunity to find his striker teammate at the back stick. And the ball that was down the channel on the left side. It was Thuram up against Gabbia, turned him inside out, then was Fikayo Tomori that cleared it behind for another corner. So Inter starting to assert themselves in this one. Again, Pavard comes forward. Same with Acerbi. Thuram still waiting. This time Di Marco will directly go in. It's there to be headed home, and it is Francesco Acerbi to nod it past Mike Maignan and send Inter into the lead. It is game on. Scudetto script is written. It is now up to Milan to respond, to deny the Nerazzurri their 20th crown here on this very Monday evening. His fourth goal for Inter, his third of the season, and it might be a Scudetto clincher, a man that's never ever won it. He was free. Tomori watched. What were they doing, Milan? There was two players queuing up at the back post. Acerbi all alone in front of Maignan. A simple finish. Still the pressure was there. Down to Mignan's left and around knee height by the time it passed the goalkeeper. And Simone Inzaghi with the applause from the touchline. And it was a roar for that goal because there are a number of Inter fans here. 80,000 in the stadium. I'd say about an eighth of that is Inter support. Maybe a bit more. Milan kick us off. What a beginning to Francesco Acerbi in his game. Inter leads. 18th minute header. Pavard with the ball in. It's headed over from the left post to the right post. Acerbi, just a delicious moment, we would call that, for a veteran of the game. Should be part of Spalletti's crew that go to Germany and to have a free kick on the halfway line. It's all up to Milan now. They need to get a goal back to prevent this from being a blue and black night in the Piazza Duomo. Pavard's header over from that corner. And the bearded Francesco Acerbi, the ex-Milan player, comes up to score for the Nerazzurri. This is heartbreaking for Milan fans. It is absolutely mouth-watering. The prospect of someone like Acerbi, a former Milan player, coming from Simone Inzaghi's former side, Lazio. I think the worrying concern there for Milan is that he was all alone, and to his right was Thuram. There's only Fikayo Tomori in between the two, and Maignan watching as the ball was lashed beyond him. It's a diagonal ball forward. Teo Hernandez watches it over the touchline. I think it's a Milan throw in the back left pocket. needs to get more involved. I have to go back to the wing because he's not doing much in the middle of the attack. They might need to create some chaos, Milan. For now, it's Inter doing all of that. It's Martinez who was brought down by Tomori. The difference in class and confidence, that's obvious to watch. And Inter, with a very slow beginning in this game, now have taken the game by the neck, you could say. Taken the season by the neck since the very get-go. And Napoli have about, in the current situation, about 70 minutes to say they are the reigning champion. Di Marco with a free kick in from the right wing and goes straight at the goal. It's off the hands of Milan. I'm not sure if that went off the bar as well, but he's regathered on the second attempt. He'll roll this out to the right wing, and it's Calabria who's brought down, and he's unappreciative of that effort over on that touchline. Yellow card comes. Nicolo Barella is the guy that's been shown that, the 23rd minute. It might take a real moment of quality for Milan to get back on terms. Some careless defending. You cannot give two players from this Inter side the opportunity to just stand in front of the keeper. One of them unmarked, the other one taking the other defender away, ensuring that Acerbi only had Magnal in front of him. It was only from about a metre and a half away from the goal. The ball over the top in the direction of Musa. Milan haven't been up this area for roughly 5 or 6 minutes, you'd say. Wet conditions in Milan. And Çalhanoğlu, the former Milan midfielder, started off as more of an attacking player, now deep-lying playmaker. And they'll be relishing in this. Free kick again to Inter in there. Left side of their half, back to the keeper, Sommer. He's been forced to make a save. Go back out to that left wing. Çalhanoğlu will approach Bastoni. Progression forward. Thought about going for the switch. Bastoni receives. Happy campers into right now. Marco has pushed up. Mkhitaryan the inside option, but Ella now circling. It's a left side tilt for the Nerazzurri. They'll go diagonally eventually. Mkhitaryan combining with Çalhanoğlu. Out for Pavard. Past Pulisic. The ball rolls on for Mkhitaryan. It's away by Teo Hernandez. Only one of those slalom runs. He'll square it up for Loftus-Cheek. They've given that away cheaply, and Di Marco can come back through the centre circle. Got Thuram out to the left wing, and now he has to take on Adli. Got to keep their hands close by. Di Marco will cross it back in. It needed to be put away by Lautaro Martinez. Should have made it 2-0. Instead, he has put it to the left of goal. Another hairy moment for Milan. It's Inter doing what they want from that wing. And Lautaro Martinez unable to respond fast enough. He's got his right foot to the ball, and that is a massive miss for the Inter captain. It is wet out there to make an excuse for him. Tomori's done well to keep the switch, and now it's Rafa Leao. Hardly seen him in the game. Down the left with Pulisic. Matteo Hernandez. Back for Tomori. Inside Tomori is Gabbia. Back for Hernandez. Tenacity just gone out of the game for Milan since they've conceded that goal. It's goal number 38 for the season. 21 more in Inter. Musa. Right touchline with Calabria. The give and go. Into the area it goes, and Çalhanoğlu will shepherd it behind. It's a free kick because of the contact in from Calabria. Çalhanoğlu is grabbing at the back of his head. So at this point, it is Inter with a Scudetto title coming their way at the end of this Derby della Madonnina. Had to wait 3 seasons for this. The Inter supporters saw Milan go red and black the season after they won it. This takes them up to 86 points. That would be 17 beyond Milan with 5 games to go. Just 15 more points to play for. So over the margin by 2 points already. Could make it greater before the season's end, depending on what Inzaghi wants to do. Now it's Adli, simple pass forward. Leao's through. Taken out wide though, and Pavard can atone for the earlier error by his teammate by putting it behind from Milan corner. Left side it will come in from. So a chance to get back at 1-1 here. They need to test Sommer at the very least. So Leao just meandering around. Adli will take this. Goals from corners. Milan have 10. They lead the division. Juventus with 8, Frosinone and Inter with 7 each. And it comes from Adli. It's glanced on, and it's back out wide to the corner taker. Somehow it's deviated back to him. He's got to cross this. He takes Çalhanoğlu one way, then the other, insisting on the left foot delivery. Çalhanoğlu's done remarkably well, and they will get it away to safety. I think there's a belated offside call. It's from the original clearance from Inter. It's actually come off a Milan player, so the goal wouldn't have counted if Adli was able to cross at it, because it was in front of Leao and it deviated back out to him. So another free kick into everything going their way so far. 4 goal attempts to 2 for them. 1 shot on goal, a massive miss from Lautaro Martinez. Should be 2-0. And they do create, they do score a large percentage of those chance creations. Now back for Sommer. Not the riskiest back pass. Not as bad as Henderson's control for Crystal Palace yesterday. Is now Mkhitaryan finds space. He comes to the edge of the box. Out to the right wing. Darmian squares it up. And Mkhitaryan flung his right boot at it. Milan can get through in transition now. Musa sprinting away. A burst of pace from the American. Over to Leao. Some space for him to shoot. Needed to put it on target. And it was Sommer who spilled it. Leao needed to thread that into the bottom right corner. Instead, he's put it centrally. Good control by him, though. And the Milan have shown their teeth now. They can hit Inter on that counter. Might be a case of getting into feeling a little comfortable and then getting them. Leao will go for a shot. It is a horror ending. Right footer, it went wide, it went high, and it was ugly. Sommer, such a tough keeper to beat, and Leao needs to put that to one corner or the other. Otherwise, the Swiss former Bayern Munich player, he won the Bundesliga there last season, filling in for Manuel Neuer, and he came over on a free transfer. I think it was minimal money anyway. It might not be free for Sommer. Let's check that on the Flash Score app. It's always good for that kind of information. And Sommer, if you click on him, it'll tell you the transfers. 6.8 million. Feels like he's free. That's how good he is. One of the best keepers, if not the best keeper in Serie A this season. So many clean sheets, so few goals conceded. Now Milan into the attacking third, out to the left with Teo Hernandez. Everyone standing still, it's static. Reinders. Loftus-Cheek. Physical kind of player. Can score a header. Milan do have goals in them. They've scored 63 this season. And that is about 15 less than Inter. Switch of play from the right wing. It sends Tomori on a chase, who made his comeback against Roma. Long-term injury, but he's in for game number 22. 3 goals for Tomori. 4th season, won the Scudetto with Milan back in 2022. Inter about to reinforce with the one in Napoli. Scudetto winners Piotr Zielinski. What an acquisition that is, as Adli works the space down the left with Reinders, who's made a move. In front of him is Barella, so they go short. Loftus-Cheek now for Adli once more. It's quite silky with the ball movement at his feet. Somewhat of a Pirlo with his body language. Adli, don't want to offend Pirlo fans, but you know what I mean. Now the ball over the top. Reinders, header is nudged away from goal by Calabria, who made the run centrally. Good innovation from the Milan captain. He might be that captain now. There's some high contact here, as Tomori's been collected in the face. Lautaro Martinez has got a yellow card, and I'm sure they're reviewing this. Don't want to build up to something that won't be, but that is a high foot to the face and studs from Lautaro Martinez. Was there studs? Definitely there was boot to the face. Sometimes you can't see your adversary coming from behind you. We saw Milan against Lecce, similar kind of foul, and the Lecce player Kustovic was sent off. And Calabria in, and a header goes beyond the goal to the left. So Milan starting to show signs of the will, la voglia, to get forward. Tomori with this header. Good cross in from the right, but the header had to come from about 16-17 yards, and it's always difficult to beat Sommer from close range, as we saw with Rafa Leao just a few minutes ago. Inter leading by a goal to nil at the San Siro. 33rd minute. The goal from Francesco Acerbi, the central defender. So Inter careful at the back. Acerbi chips it forward and intercepted. But Gabbia unable to steer it towards the Rangers. Milan playing with a 4-2-3-1. How long until they think about bringing Giroud into the match? Could be a half-time change. So Lautaro Martinez could have made it 2-0. The other end, Rafa Leao could have made it 1-1. And Adli can't get it away. Darmian back in for Mkhitaryan into the attacking half. Çalhanoğlu, a measured pass out for Bastoni. Left wing with Federico Di Marco. It's been good from set pieces. Mkhitaryan's ball, and that'll go directly out for a Milan throw. Right side, defensive half, taken quickly. And Martinez and Gabbia looking for pressure. And Mignan had to go square. There was no one there, so Tomori tracks back to the goal line. Now Thuram in pursuit from a Guingamp player, and Borussia Mönchengladbach played there with Jan Sommer. He's been pulled up here for a tug on Tomori's shirt. So Milan with a fortuitous free kick, you could say. Switched it across the pitch. Inter have one at back though. Need to be more innovative than that. Marcus Thuram, of course, French international. His father also playing 140 odd matches with the French national side. Former Juventus and Parma player before heading off to retire with Barcelona. Started off with Monaco. And Marcus, pretty sure he was born in Italy. Around with the ball for now. Adli. Milan winning the Serie A twice. He's with Juventus in the Coppa Italia in the UEFA Cup with Parma. Good cross in from the right side from Milan. And mopped up by Di Marco. He'll go long to the halfway line. He'll go directly out of play. Another Milan throw. Throwing a couple of jabs here, AC Milan. Tomori at the back with Adli. Marcus Thuram was actually born in Parma. So Italian born, represents France just like his father. Parma, incidentally, looks as though they're coming back up to Serie A. They're in the lead in Serie B, but now it's Barella. He can run towards the goal. He finds Thuram. Barella was bowled over here. There's going to be a yellow card shown, I think, to Theo Hernandez. That's a stoush from about 10 minutes ago. Little revenge for Hernandez, but he's given away a free kick about 21, 22 yards. Not too much contact, but he did follow through in the wet, and that is enough to give away the free kick at the very least. And because of its location on the pitch, that is a yellow card. As Barella was doubling up as the 1-2 option for Thuram. Federico Di Marco is lethal with free kicks, as is Çalhanoğlu. There's a whole bundle of penalty conversions this season. El Azuzi, Zugzi and Salamakers, incidentally, scoring the 3 goals for Bologna earlier. Asmun for Roma. Bologna winning the Stadio Olimpico 3-1. Standings at the moment show Bologna in 62 points and all but qualified for the Champions League. Serie A with 5 places, maybe 6. Inter well on top, 86 points for now. They have this free kick from about 30 yards. Çalhanoğlu leaves it, he touches it on. Di Marco rams it straight into the wall that dispersed, and it'll be Tomori to the halfway line, taken down by Matteo Darmian. Sommer out of his area. Everyone trying to scramble back into position. Desperate header forward. It was a good lunge from Pavard. Martinez trying to dance away with the ball. It's a good bounce for Thuram. Out to the left it goes. Inter with numbers here, an overlap. Thuram! Oh, they've missed again. Just to the right of the right post. Another big chance. Both strikers, strangely, are missing. Meanwhile, central defender tucks his away. This was Barella. Simple square up on the penalty spot for Thuram. He could have left it for Di Marco as well. They queued up and they missed once more. Will they come back to really regret those first half misses? 7 minutes to go. Should be a couple more minutes in stoppages. Inter leading. They need to win this game to win Serie A this evening. And we'll have another chance on the weekend if they don't manage to win tonight. Torino, they will play here. Milan, it's a huge one coming next Saturday. GMT, UK time, 5 p.m. Broadcast on Flash Score as well. It'll be second against third. Milan have switch play. Adley out to Theo Hernandez. Final games of the season, Milan will play here against Salernitana. But they have qualified for the Champions League. Tough to miss out on a place now. Not enough teams that can overtake them. So they are getting a 5th position after coming first in the UEFA coefficient standings for associations. Now it's Leao, the 1-2. Wants it back from Loftus-Cheek. Opens up the gap. Out for Musa. Oh, big save from Sommer. There's a shove in the box. They're asking for a penalty here. But Thuram is away in the meantime. Inter on the counter-attack. Takes it out to the left wing. He's got 2 on him, though. Adley and Gabbia. Cross comes in. Oh, big mistake. Big save again. This time from Mignon, from Mkhitaryan. It is end-to-end. Matteo Hernandez asked for the penalty down the other end. Sommer finally called into action for a reaction save before he did manage to pull out the stops on Rafa Leao. The game getting a second wind. Players might be out on their feet in the wet. It's 2 hairy moments at the back for Milan that Inter haven't capitalised on through big miss from Lautaro Martinez. His was a little easier, although the ball from Barella to Thuram was a simpler task, but from further out. Tomori with another clearing header. Back to halfway, picked up by Barella. He will be the driving force for Luciano Spalletti in that midfield. He'll probably play next to Jorginho, you'd think. And maybe Locatelli. Italy like to play with a Mezzala system to inside midfielders to each side of Jorginho, or maybe Locatelli will go in as the regista, as they call them, just the distributor of the ball, the metronome, I guess you would call them in footballing terms, one way or the other. And Milan down through Musa. Get it back from Reinders. Now Calabria, not the most creative player, but does show motivation getting forward, and he can. Saw him make that earlier run into the box. Headed it backwards instead of towards goal, but expected some kind of support. Now it's Adli. Approaches the back five. There's 5 blue and black shirts there, so Musa will go low into the box. Pulisic, he did arrive, but he slipped over as the ball came to him. Now Lautaro Martinez. Adli's tried to push him. Referee said play on. There wasn't enough contact because Martinez got away. Then he was dispossessed. Now it's Theo Hernandez at the run of Leao. Only had one real occasion in front of goal. Does look dangerous. He's been accused of going missing in big games. The ball in for Musa again. Skims off the head of Darmian and Barella. Barella left it because he thought it came off a Milan player. Mkhitaryan had that chance because Tomori wasn't able to clear the ball out from the danger zone. And then it was Calabria at that near post. Then they're saying he was fouled, but VAR would have had a look at that. Didn't bother. 43rd minute at 1-0 for Inter. They will talk about that at half-time, undoubtedly, the pundits. As the ball is put forward to Lautaro, cleared away by Mignon. Loftus-Cheek went up for it and missed it. Now came Gabbia. Just smashed it down the pitch. Sommer. It's 8 attempts apiece now, so Milan have come to the party, you could say. It is their home match. 32 games played for each side. 21 wins for Milan, 26 for Inter. On another season, they weren't as dominant as this. Milan may have had a chance. Juventus were coming second for quite some time. They have dropped off severely. Mkhitaryan down the left flank. Again, I prefer that option. Spun in. Kind spin. A little bit of off spin if you're a cricket connoisseur. Milan 69 points. They're 5 ahead of Juventus. Juventus, really good defence, along with Bologna, only 26 conceded each. It's 9 more than Inter, which is just a phenomenal season. 45th minute now. Out to the left from Mignon. Tomori. Adli. Trudging along in the wet. Diagonal ball out to the right wing for Calabria, who may be Milan's best route to goal at this point. It's forced Sommer into a save. Adli, good work to lose Lautaro. They've got the ball down the right corner flag now. Musa against Bastoni, rolls it between the feet, wants to take on the defender. Can't find the room to get the cross in. Calabria back in for Loftus-Cheek. Took it past Di Marco. Mkhitaryan defending in massive numbers here. Pulisic wants to find some space on the left. He was impeded, but not enough. The American didn't go down. He can curl one from outside the box. We've seen that this season. 10 goals for him as Di Marco in transition gets the ball back from Lautaro Martinez. They might have to bring him down here. Might be a brutal foul. Indeed it is from behind. And the referee instead says play on. Di Marco's down and they are appealing. Away goes Pulisic. In behind, it's Leao. Oh, that is a wonderful sliding tackle from Benjamin Pavard. And Leao knows if he took it away from the Frenchman, despite the tight angle, I think he's put that back onto Leao, so he's won a goal kick here, Pavard. Hence the celebration. why some of these defenders get paid the bigger bucks, bigger than big. So 1 minute of added time. We're at the end of that as well. So looks as though Inter will take a 1-0 slender lead into half-time. Into the dressing room Milan will go. What will Stefano Pioli conjure up and spit out on the other side as Sommer takes a long goal kick? The whistle goes from referee Andrea Colombo. Inter looking good for the 20th Scudetto title. That will be one more than Milan. They're both on 19 at this point. And Milan have one half to turn it all around. It was their former player that scored the goal. Francesco Echebbi's header separates the two. That goal coming in the 18th minute. Since then, Lautaro Martinez and Thuram with two big chances to extend the lead. Rafa Leao and Davide Calabria down the other end for Milan have been denied. We'll be back in about 10 to 12 minutes here on Flash Score. Welcome back to this Flash Score broadcast. Milan trailing Inter 1-0 in the Derby della Madonnina. It's a time where Inter fans can celebrate. If they can hold on here, they will have won their 20th Scudetto title in history, second to only Juventus. A lot of titles behind them. Milan with 19, pride at stake for them in the second half. They did have chances to get back on level terms as we kick off. And Inter get us going from right to left. They're in their blue and black with the white shorts, the white socks, out to the right wing. And Barella goes all the way back to the keeper. They know if they can control the tempo of this match and take their chances when given, they will be there to celebrate in Piazza Duomo a little later this evening. I'm sure the Inter fans are there. If you tuned in, thanks for joining. We appreciate you being with us here on this momentous occasion. But can Milan spoil the party for just a few more days? Rafa Leao had a huge chance, as did Davide Calabria. His was more opportunistic. Leao bearing down upon goal. Sommer with a wonderful stop. Smart save down the other end from Milan on Mkhitaryan. But Lautaro Martinez and Marcus Thuram both spurning two massive chances. And here's Bastoni coming off his line to foul Loftus-Cheek. No changes at the half so far. Earlier today, Roma losing at home to Bologna. That was fourth, beating fifth at the Stadio Olimpico. And down the right is Musa, up against Di Marco. He gets away. Back in from Mkhitaryan to Çalhanoğlu, who's plugged in at centre-back. It's Bastoni who'll go high over the top, and Martinez came. He's glanced that on, taken by Adli, who's been probably Milan's best midfielder in this game so far. The highlights for them. And Musa's worked quite hard on the right wing. Up forward, it's a team named with Mignon in goal. Tomori Gabbia at the back. Calabria on the right side is captain. Teo Hernandez in the left back role. Reinders, Adli, Loftus-Cheek with Musa right side. Pulisic left wing. And Rafa Leao in the middle. So it hasn't been all smooth sailing for Inter. Milan have had their moments. And here's Calabria feeding the ball into the right half space, taken away by Cherby, who is the goal scorer here. Should mention 18th minute header for the former Milan player. He'll be looking to push his defence up as Milan trying to hem into the attacking third. It's with Rafa Leao. He's up against the right touchline. Di Marco doesn't want to stick a foot in. Back for Adli. No one in the middle except now it's Reinders. He tapped that on for Loftus-Cheek. Would have been a tight angle to shoot from had he gotten there. But it's with Jan Sommer. 3 minutes gone to the second half. And it's 42 minutes plus stoppages until party time in Milan. Unless AC Milan can do something about this. In the faces of their opponents, of their direct rivals, their eternal rivals. And Milan, it's not getting much easier. Juventus, an easier prospect than Inter, that's for sure. But that game's coming up next on Saturday. Seconds away at third. Now here's Thuram. Opens up the angle, finds the bottom corner. And he has atoned for the miss from the first half. His father won 2 Scudetti with Juventus. It might be his first here tonight with Inter. It's about 20 yards to be exact, and he has ploughed that into the bottom left corner. Mignon was outstretched, but there was enough behind it. And they go to the corner flag to celebrate. And again, in the faces of their rivals. It is dirty, dirty, dirty for Milan. Thuram used his strength to take the ball away from Tomori. Lucky bounce back off the English defender. Took it to within reasonable distance. Let fly. It went behind Calabria. I think Mignon thought his defence was going to do a bit better to shut down the French striker, who now, with that goal, gets his 12th in Serie A. It's his 19th goal involvement, the former Mönchengladbach and Guingamp man. As I said, his father, Lilian, was a defender. It's probably why he's such a good striker. I've got a theory that all these figlio d'arte, they call them in Italy, the sons of former greats, they are strikers and their dads were defenders because they used to play in the backyard and you had to be good to beat your dad as a defender. It's the same with Daniel Maldini, who scored a fine goal for Monza on the weekend. I guess I might be debunked by Federico Di Chiesa, but Inter come again from the left. Milan going from left to right in this half. The red and black stripes, the black shorts, the black socks. They have a 2-goal distance to make up, and it might be time for Olivier Giroud. It took 4 minutes for Inter to make it 2-0 in the second half. Here they come, Milan, down the right with the Rangers, fairly narrow. Puts the ball over to Rafa Leao, deviated off his foot. There might be a volley here from Theo Hernandez, and the overhead goes wide from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. The former West Londoner just lurking with a bit of intent and was able to get his left foot and latch onto it. Took Bastoni down with the follow-through. Sommer with the initial good save off Theo Hernandez. He was up in a flash. Had Loftus-Cheek put that on target. First change of the match sees Tijani Reinders out for Olivier Giroud. Can he rescue this situation? It might be... He's also plugging back into midfield now. Top scorer. Can Olivier Giroud do something about this situation? Milan players know that they know how good this Inter side are, but fans don't see it the same way. Players have a mutual respect despite their differences on the pitch, but fans simply, it's bang your head into the wall kind of stuff if you're a Milan supporter tonight, because having Inter win this in a Milan derby would be a historic first occasion for a start, and it's a Milan home game as well, so 70,000 Milanese here witnessing one of the great embarrassments, paying good money for that as well. It's Mkhitaryan. They just need to keep possession, keep it away from Milan, not do anything rash, and they'll win this Scudetto quite easily, and they will equal Napoli's record from last year, winning it with 5 weeks to go. Napoli actually could have won it with 6 if they'd held on to the lead over Salernitana. That's how good their season was, and Inter, they could have won this with a draw had they beaten Cagliari. Can't beat Cagliari here, but you can beat Milan. The Cagliari relegation threatened, newly promoted side. Inter were ahead against Cagliari and they were caught. So it's not beyond the likes of Rafa Leao and Olivier Giroud. And Sommer to the halfway line. Thuram met it first. They want it more, Inter. Goal scorer alongside Acerbi. Missed a big chance in that first half. Marcus Thuram. Here's Di Marco. Slalom run in the middle. Now it's Lautaro Martinez into the box. He's been cramped out of it. And back for Mkhitaryan, who's been a phenomenal signing. Second year, it's going to be his first Italian league title. Not so for Lautaro Martinez, or Barella, Darmian, and Bastoni. Di Marco. It might be Di Marco's actually. I think it was with Verona last time out, on loan. So of the starting 11, which we'll go into, Sommer, Acerbi, Pavard, Bastoni, Darmian, Di Marco, Mkhitaryan, Çalhanoğlu, the former Milan player, as well as Acerbi, Barella, Thuram, and Lautaro Martinez. So Martinez, Barella, Darmian, and Bastoni. 4 of the 11 out there on that Scudetto back in 2021. Since then, a few more on the bench, but we'll get to those as the game goes on. Here's Barella down the right touchline once more. It's taken by Leao doing the defending. That left back is been clipped. Wins a free kick 10 minutes gone in the second half. Inter have extended the lead to 2-0. Sluggish looking Milan, and they are putting their heads into the scarves and the other merchandise. It's a teary occasion for them. 7-time European champion against 3-time. The last side to win a Champions League in Italy was Inter. Jose Mourinho's Inter. Here's Musa in from the right, wins a corner. Good conscientious work from the Americans. Only 21, only experience. Fare la gavetta, they call this. You earn your stripes. As Hadley will put the ball down right side of the pitch. Milan looking to pull one back. Giroud will be more of an aerial threat. Now moves to the near post. Hadley raises the arm. Good delivery there. Oh, it's Achebe. They've got their head to it first. Pavard, and they will see it back to Mignon. Giroud, from last count last time, he was on 13 Serie A goals. He's in for the Dutch midfielder, Tijani Reinders. Didn't have a poor game, but you need to make a move when you're 2 down. And doing whatever you can to stop Inter winning this Scudetto in the Milan derby. Long way to go, and Inter could extend the lead to 3-0 and beyond. So if you go to the head-to-head, there's Milan with a free kick at the back. And we'll see the last 5 have all been Inter wins. And the last time Milan was the home side was last year. It was a 2-0 win with Dzeko and Mkhitaryan scoring. Before that it was 3-0. Also in 2023, they won 3 of those last season as Musa goes for another cross. Hits Di Marco out for a throw this time. High up for Milan. They need a goal. Di Marco, Dzeko and Lautaro Martinez scoring in that 3-0 Super Cup final win. And technically it was a Milan home game, but before that Milan actually won at home. 2022, a 3-2 win. Brozovic, Leao, Giroud, Leao, a late one from Dzeko. Here's AC Milan. And again Pavard, staunch defending. I think Lautaro Martinez is offside here. He's going to scamper forward. Good run by the captain. Puts it that's a good ball off the outside of the boot for Thuram. Still no flag, so Barella allowed to play on. Now Çalhanoğlu. Well, that was dipping. And that was dangerous. And Mignon, I think, has had to tip that over. And surely it was an offside. It is a belated offside. Sometimes I do get them right. Not often. Çalhanoğlu, what an effort that was. It forced Mignon into a bit of a goal-saving practice. He tipped it over. Fingertip save. 59th minute, Milan have made no inroads. It's just gotten worse. Now Leao down that left wing where he likes to play. Beats one. Puts the cross to the back post. It's overhit though. And Musa won't get there. It'll be watched over the touchline by Di Marco. It's emphatic this season from Inter. A better defence than Napoli's. Maybe Napoli won it in more emphatic fashion only because they hadn't won it for so long. And Victor Osimhen, he was huge. Glorious for them. Contributions also from Raspadori, Simeone, Zielinski. Lobotka was sensational. Compare that to this Inter side. Who is the better side? I'm not sure, but they're both beautiful in their own way. Before that, the Milan side won the Scudetto, so plenty of world-class players between the 3 clubs. Napoli might be dismantled sooner rather than later. Milan already has been. Lots of changes in the summer. Spent 110 million euros. We've got the likes of Loftus-Cheek and Pulisic and Musa, Chukwueze and Okafor. We might see them soon. Forward pass, out comes Mignon on the hour mark. Inter win by 2-0. The derby della Madonnina, Milanese derby. interested in knowing what the Madonnina actually is. It is the statue that sits in Milan Cathedral. More pub quiz action and flash score, and Milan just going at a slow pace with Leao on the left wing. Back for Tomori. Now Adli. Good first time passing in for Theo Hernandez. Picked up by Loftus-Cheek. Taken away from Darmian. Used his back well. Shielded the ball. Back to the keeper though. And Inter are making life hard for Milan as soon as they get into the attacking half. It's good press. There's a mid-block. The low block is so good. The way that Inzaghi has them set up in the 3-5-2. Not much space between the lines. We saw in the first half Milan will come forward on either wing, especially that right wing. The angle to feed across him is so difficult. And now they do it again. They've squeezed Milan out of it. And Mkhitaryan threw his forward pass to Thuram. He was caught into free kick. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic is here in attendance. As long as he's with Milan, I guess it makes it a little bit better. He was part of that Scudetto winning side, not once but twice, a decade apart. And who will make the next change? So in the past 5 derbies, Milan have only scored once, and that was in the 5-1 thrashing in the reverse fixture. That was in September. Mkhitaryan, Thuram, they now made it 2-1. And Mkhitaryan, Çalhanoğlu and Fratesi at the end. So much class off the bench, and he rounds off his line. It's a hopeful pop shot at goal from Mkhitaryan. Will eventually drift out of play. Goal kick from Milan, and it's a much more frustrating season. The past 2 for Mike Mignon. He was out for a lot of last season, and the rain, it's wet, it's smoky, and the Inter fans that have braved this match. They have to wait here for Theo Hernandez. The ball skewed across the face of goal. Was he caught from behind? Did he get the last touch? Çalhanoğlu approached. Then it was Pavard, who has a knack of toe poking the ball into his opponents and then winning goal kicks. I think he's done it again here. That's Andrea Colombo, tonight's referee, said. It's a goal kick for Inter. That is outstanding from Benjamin Pavard. He takes that into the Euros. France might have the best defence there. Bastoni might have a different opinion. Here he is, Mkhitaryan. They usually do pride themselves on their defences, and no Bonucci, no Chiellini this time. Defending champions Italy. I think England and Germany and France are the favourites, maybe Portugal and Spain after that. Italy will be dark horses once again. Failed to make the World Cup. As Thuram on the spin and get past his opponent. It's getting very hazy at the right wing for Inter, going from right to left, squares it up, and that's wonderful from Mkhitaryan. Used his feet well. The referee says it was simulation when he went down, but he'll have to stretch and get back up and get into position as Milan look to switch it out to Musa. That is really nice ball. He'll stretch the leg, he'll keep it in, and I think he's got a case here to argue with the linesman. He needs to be careful. He might end up with a caution. Bastoni will take his throw. It's been ruled as a throw, as the linesman says Musa didn't keep it in. They don't use the line technology from Hawkeye for that one. Now Bastoni. A rush clearance. Poked back in. Calabria, it's messy, as in it's untidy. Not Lionel Messi, he's not here, but you know what I mean. If you want to actually listen to those broadcasts of the MLS, you can follow Messi. Just look up the MLS in the Flash Score app. There's a long ball launched forward. Good header from Tomori. Back into the haze. With that nostalgic feel, back when fans could just keep the flares going.